Hi, I'm Nancy Clark.
And I'm Amory Wallace-Phillips.
We're the Hospice and Bereavement Coordinators for VO in Oxford, and this is Morning Chats with Anne-Marie and Nancy. Cheers.
Cheers, Nancy.
Today we're going to talk about a very important topic, advanced care planning. So there is a lot of information we're going to cover today, and some of the language can be quite technical, but we felt it was extremely important to cover this because it is such an important aspect of planning, of end-of-life planning. And this is just a jumping off point. There's certainly much more information out there, but we really wanted to give you a general overview.
Absolutely. Our hope by you watching this and learning a little bit about advanced care planning is at the end to recognize the importance of having conversations and having them early on. Okay, so I'm going to talk a little bit about, what exactly is advanced care planning. And this information that we are providing is from Speak Up Ontario, so it is all Ontario based. So in Ontario, an advanced care planning confirms your substitute decision maker, which we'll talk later on about. And more importantly, it's letting your wishes, your values, your goals, and your belief about care to help your substitute decision maker make health and personal care decisions for you if you are mentally, cognitively unable to do so yourself.
So in Ontario, all healthcare providers are required to obtain informed consent or refusal of consent before providing a patient with any type of treatment or care. So I'm sure in your doctor's office or a surgeon's office, you've been given the spiel about all of the benefits and the negatives that may come from a surgery, and you've given your consent by signing a form. So you must be told about your illness and what may be done to treat you. Then you have the right to decide to agree to treatment or to refuse the treatment that's being offered. And that is healthcare consent.
Right. Only in emergencies, saving a life, or reducing suffering can you be treated without informed consent. Consent always comes from the mentally capable person or substitute decision maker. And that's a really important point to keep in mind.
And if you are not mentally or cognitively capable, if you are in a coma, if you are not conscious, then the health practitioner will turn to that person that you have identified as your substitute decision maker, who will then speak for you and make the decisions for your care. Advanced care planning lets you know who would be speaking for you.
Mm-hmm. Advanced care planning is not about decisions. It's about preparing you and your future substitute decision maker for a time when you may no longer be able to make your own health or personal care decisions because you lack mental cognitive capacity. So at that time, your future substitute decision maker would step in to give or refuse consent for treatment.
And it is so incredibly important to have these discussions around advanced care planning early and often. So when you are well, when you are in a healthy state, it is important to have these discussions, to acknowledge how difficult and uncomfortable these decisions are. But the reality is that we are all going to die at some point in time. And it is so critically important that your wishes, your goals, your values, and your beliefs be known so that your substitute decision maker can ensure that they're followed.
Absolutely. And as Nancy pointed out, these conversations should be had early, not when, heavens forbid, if you're diagnosed with a terminal illness. Have these conversations early and have them often. Yes, it is very uncomfortable. Later on in the series, we're going to give you a few pointers on how to start these conversations with, be it your family, your friends, or your care providers. Yeah.
So we've been chatting a lot about the term substitute decision maker, and basically The substitute decision maker is the person who would make health and personal care decisions on your behalf when you are unable to do so. And a substitute decision maker is identified in two ways.
Yes. So the first way is under the Healthcare Consent Act. The government has created a hierarchy, which is a ranked listing of your possible automatic substitute decision maker. The individual highest on your list who meets the requirements is your automatic substitute decision maker. Or if you are not satisfied or comfortable with your automatic substitute decision maker, then you can choose and name a substitute decision maker, either one or more, and prepare a document called a power of attorney for personal care, which is a POA. It's very important to note, though, that your substitute decision maker only makes decisions for you when you are no longer competent mentally, cognitively, to make your own decisions.
So the hierarchy in Ontario that is followed to determine a substitute decision maker has three levels. So it's either the legally appointed substitute decision maker, the automatic family member as flows through the hierarchy, or if neither of those two options are suitable, then a public guardian or trustee is often the last resort for a substitute decision maker.
Yeah. A lot of this information is on Speak Up Ontario, which is a great website under the umbrella of Hospice Palliative Care Ontario, which guides you through the steps on talking about substitute decision maker. And once again, it's really about knowing your wishes are known by family members, your goals, your values, your beliefs. It's really important to have these conversations as comfortable as it is.
So most likely in most scenarios, it will either be your spouse, your parent, or your child who is your substitute decision maker. So having these tough conversations about your wishes, as Anne-Marie stated, with these people is so important.
Yeah.
Next week, we're going to talk about how to navigate these conversations. So please tune in with us. And until then, you can always contact us by phone or email, or visit voinoxford.ca and subscribe to our YouTube channel for our previous morning chat videos. Thank you.
Thanks for watching.